Nick Rudder from McKees37.com. I am super excited to finally have in stock the IK eFoam Pro 2 foaming sprayer. That's a mouthful. So, IK, they are the world's best manufacturer of the highest quality pump sprayers for automotive use and for industrial application. These sprayers are an investment. They have sprayers all the way down to a pint up to a couple gallons. They're fantastic and they're used in various industries, and their reputation is the best of the best. So, the IK eFoam Pro 2, this builds upon the legendary Foam Pro 2 and then the Foam Pro 2 Plus sprayers, which here at McKees37.com, we've sold thousands of these. They're super popular because they work extremely well and they're robust. These are not inexpensive sprayers like you'll find at your local home improvement store, and it shows by the quality and the longevity of these sprayers. With the eFoam Pro 2, now you have the option of running by battery power. So this little guy at the very bottom here, the base, as you'd expect, it actually has a lithium-ion rechargeable battery. Really cool. So the way these work is you fill this up with liquid. It's 1.5 liter capacity. However, you need to leave room to actually pressurize the chemicals, so you need to leave room for air. So IK instructs you not to fill it up any more than 1.25 liters. And any surfactant-based chemical, what it does is it actually causes it aerates it so it foams up, which is pretty cool. So you take this, you fill it with water up until about, well, usually I only go halfway, and I'll explain why, because the more air you leave, the more room there is to pressurize, so the longer the pump sprayer action lasts. So you don't have to pump it up again or recharge the battery, whatever it is. But anyway, fill it up with water and then add an ounce or two of your favorite surfactant-based cleaning chemical. Car washes, rinseless washes, tire cleaners, wheel cleaners, interior cleaners, and it aerates the chemical and it creates a nice thick foam, or depending on which attachment you use, because there's various attachments that you can change, a dry foam, an intermediate foam, which it includes already installed, or even a wet foam. So you can adjust it however you like it. Some guys like dry foam, some like wet foam. If you've watched any of my rinseless wash videos, I feature the regular Foam Pro 2 in just about every single one of them. That's where a bottle like this really shines, because it allows you to create a thick, frothy foam or a wet foam that helps encapsulate dirt and grit. Therefore, it loosens it so when you rub your wash mitt across the surface, you're less likely to scratch the paint. These also work great for wheel and tire cleaning. Take your favorite wheel cleaner and you dilute it. It'll last you forever in one of these spray bottles. So when your wheels are not that dirty, but you still want a little bit of cleaner, you have the IK Foam Pro 2 with your wheel cleaner already diluted, creates a nice foam, awesome to use. I can't speak highly enough about it. So in their lineup, you have the IK Foam Pro 2, which at the time of this recording, this guy is right around $40, give or take. Works great. You got to pump it up by hand. You get a good workout. Make sure you alternate from the left to the right as you pump it up, because you don't want to have one arm a lot bigger than the other from the muscles you're going to gain from pumping it up. And then a couple years ago, they came out with the Foam Pro 2 Plus. And what's unique about this is it has a Schrader valve built in. So if you have an air compressor, you can take your air compressor and you can pressurize it. Boom. That way you're not pumping it. Now the most recent is the eFoam Pro 2, which has a battery. And the advantage of this is if you don't have an air compressor, or if you're mobile, or if you're traveling, or frankly, maybe you got a bad shoulder from lifting too many weights and trying to be Arnold over the years, with this guy, you don't have to pump anything. But if the battery dies because you're not responsible enough to plug it in, you still have the option to pump it up and use it like the regular Foam Pro 2. So the regular one is about $40. The Foam Pro 2 Plus is about $50, and I'm rounding to even numbers. This one is about $120. So you do pay a premium for the battery. However, batteries are not inexpensive. And one thing I'd like to point out that I saw on the bottom of this, and you never see this for battery-powered devices, it says made in Spain. Most batteries come from China. A lot of things come from China. That's okay. But usually battery technology is not always the greatest. So they spent extra money to make sure that they make the battery with a high-quality factory IK, they stand behind all of their products, one of the best customer service teams that I've ever worked with in nearly 16 years of being in this industry. When you buy one of these, you're not just buying a quality sprayer, you're buying the customer service and the support as well. God forbid if something goes wrong. All right, quick overview. So you got the canister. When you use it for the first time, you unscrew this, and you take this guy. Again, it's 1.5 liter capacity. However, you're never going to fill it more than 1.25 liters. And there's measurements on here in case you forget. Real simple. Then you add your favorite chemical. I love using our F914 foaming rinseless wash in this guy. Creates nice foam for a pre-soak. And then you take the top here, and again, I mentioned earlier the different attachments. This is where they plug in. This already has the gray. That's an intermediate foam. The green is a wet foam. Actually, the green is a dry foam, excuse me. And the orange is a wet foam. Good thing it says so on the box. Make sure you keep the box when you buy one of these guys. And then you put the top on, screws on nice and secure. And these bottles are really thick, by the way. Again, this thing screams quality. You have an on and off button right here. So you hold it for 3 seconds to turn it on, and make sure this is nice and tight, otherwise it won't pressurize. Hold it for 3 seconds to turn it on, and then hit it one more time. And it builds pressure. Very cool. That way you're not pumping like this. I appreciate this especially because I made plenty of videos where I'm pumping one of these guys up, and then I have to go in later on and edit the audio and turn it down because it's slapping against my mic. So with this, I just have to hit the button, it pressurizes it, I can walk away, I can get a soda out of the fridge. I don't have to do any manual labor. That's great. And then it's ready to use. So this has a lock right here, which is really nice. You're gonna use this when you store it, when you put it away in your garage. That way, if you forget to release the pressure and you hit this, you're not gonna shoot wheel cleaner or tire cleaner or whatever all over your garage inside your cabinet. So you got the lockable switch here. Trigger is really nice. It's big, so whether you got small thumbs or big thumbs. And then when you're finished using it for the day, this is really important. Release the pressure. You'll hear it, it's a nice satisfying hiss. You're releasing the pressure from the bottle. And then it's always a good idea, if you're buying one of these to clean wheels, use it just for wheel cleaners. Buy a second one to use for like washes or rinseless washes. Otherwise, it's a real pain to go ahead and clean this out after every single use because you don't want to really apply a wheel cleaner to your paint as you wash the car. So, and I'm not just saying that to sell you more stuff. Honestly, you'll thank me later. Buy one of these for wheel and tire, and then buy one for paint or whatever your intended application. So, that's a lot. Last but not least, it comes with it's a USB-C charger. It's just a real short cable, but it's great that this is a common charger. So if you have an iPhone or whatever you have, you can even charge this in your car. Most new cars have USB-C chargers. And then beyond that, it's IK. I mean, when you buy this, rest assured, you're buying the highest quality product available, the best sprayer that money can buy. So if you're on the fence and you're not quite sure, hey, do I want the regular or the Plus model or even the eFoam Pro 2, we've got 3 options for every budget, and you can find all of these on mckeys37.com. If you like videos like this, give me a thumbs up, click subscribe, take care, and God bless. Man, this thing is really nice.